Alright, so welcome back to another video. As always, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and today we got to talk about the Heat versus Sixers because this series is starting to scare me. As a Heat fan, a lot of things that I'm seeing from the Heat is starting to scare me. Now, we went up 2-0 in this series, and I was for sure that this was going to be a sweep because when they announced that Joel Embiid wouldn't be playing, I was like, okay, we could sweep this team and be perfectly fine and get plenty of rest for the next series. But as most of you know, Joel came back and things turned around completely. Completely caught me off guard, and I'm truly like I'm scared at this point because the Miami Heat have been one of the most dominant teams in the league by far this year. So when we went up to I was like, yeah, sure, this is over. And then first game back, with Joel come back, I'm like, okay, Joel's hurt. He's probably not going, he's probably not going to play his best. But the team around him, oh yeah, we like Miami executed their plan perfectly. Let the people around Joel Embiid beat us. And yes, Joel had two decent games, I would say, for Joel Embiid. But the team around him, our plan went perfectly. But they was like, we like, forget your plan. We're going to come out here and dominate. And that just goes to show how much of a presence Joel Embiid has, because the first two games they didn't have nobody. Like, we was locking up everything. There wasn't one person. James Harden was playing bad, but as soon as Joel Embiid came back, okay, we got to focus on Joel Embiid now. So, and that allowed the other players around him to like they started hitting their shots, because when Joel wasn't there, the Sixers did look kind of confused. James Harden wasn't playing well at all, and it just goes to show like the impact that Joel Embiid has. Now, the first game, like I said, it was a lot of stuff going wrong. Credit Miami. Miami didn't shoot. Like, Miami shot like pretty bad. Like, I mean, like pretty bad. That first game that Joel Embiid came back, and then the second game, Joel had like 21 points. A decent game for Joel Embiid, considering his MVP caliber type player. But James Harden looked like MVP James Harden again. 31 points. I think Tyrese Maxey had 18. Tobias Harris had 15. Danny Green had 11 with like 3 threes, and their bench was scoring too. Compared to the other side, Miami, Jimmy Butler had 41, I believe. Tyler Hero had a double-double with 10 and 11, not shooting too well. Victor Oladipo had 15, and Bam had 21 and 11. And besides those four players, I checked the stats. After that, it was 6 points, 6 points, 6 points, 0, 0, 0. We got beat up. And we went through the same plan. Let the people around Joel Embiid beat us. And boy, James Harden must have took that personally, because he came back with a vengeance. Like, over the past 2 years or so, James Harden hasn't looked like his former MVP self. Like, he's been playing decently, but he hasn't looked like that MVP player that we thought Brooklyn was gonna get, or the Sixers were gonna get. He's been playing decently, but this game, it looked like vintage MVP James Harden. He was hitting step backs, getting and ones. He was attacking the basket, making plays, and he was looking pretty good. And that really has me scared, because like when we were up 2-0, I'm relaxing. I'm not too worried about it. But now that it's 2-2, and Miami hasn't, Miami as a whole hasn't played too well these past two games, and it's a tie series now, I'm scared that the Sixers have the momentum, as you would say, and James Harden is probably going to come out here and have another good game, and it's only a matter of time now that Joel's back, that in this series that he has a breakout game, because I think, like I said, the past two games he had like 20-point games. 20 points is always good, decent game. But for Joel Embiid is a dominant player, MVP caliber player. So now that's 2-2, and I think that the Sixers have the momentum. It's only a matter of time before Joel Embiid has like a 35-point game or this and that. Yes, he's still recovering from that injury, but he was still hooping. So it's only a matter of time before he has one of those breakout games, and I'm scared that the Sixers really have this momentum. And hopefully Miami could just come out and play a little bit better. Like, look, Jimmy Butler had 41, and I was watching that game, and like, no, Jimmy's not a 3-point shooter, but towards the end of that game, we were down, Jimmy started taking a lot of threes that I didn't agree with, because like he was getting to the basket, he was getting to his mid range spots, but so I was confused why he started taking the threes, and like that kind of like put us in a hole. I'm not blaming Jimmy because Jimmy did have 41, he gave his all, but when I felt like we could have came back, he started taking a lot of threes and jacking threes. But I guess it is what it is. Hopefully next game tomorrow, well, the day that y'all seen this video, Miami, please, like I need y'all as a fan of the Heat, I need y'all to come out here and win. Bam's been doing an amazing job locking down Joel Embiid since he came back. We all know Miami's one of the best defensive team in the league, but it's just like we've been struggling scoring throughout this series now that Joel Embiid's back, and I don't know what that's about. I believe next game is down in South Beach at American Airlines, so hopefully the home crowd could boost us up, because I still believe in my team. I still believe in the Heat are going to win this series. But with that being said, just let me know y'all thoughts. Who y'all have, Sixers or the Heat? I have the Heat, obviously, but like just let me know who y'all have and what y'all thought about this series and just any other playoff series, because a lot of stuff going on around the league. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed it, as always, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm gonna catch you next video. We out of here. Peace.